Hi, I'm Matilda Lloyd and I'm a trumpet soloist, and this is the new Hawkins straight mute, which I'm absolutely loving using at the moment. It's got a really sort of warm, rich sound when you play it fairly quietly, and then when you want to, you can really go for it and it gets that nice zingy sound of a straight mute. It's really easy to blow through, hardly changes the resistance at all, and the intonation is fantastic.
Hello guys, Santana here. I'm here to show you this mute from England by Hawkins Mute, which in my opinion, this mute is the most beautiful mute in the world. The material is in fiber and the sound is super sweet, very light. I will show you. I'm so happy to receive this mute from England. Thank you, Tony. And thank you, Hawkins Mute. Soon in Portugal. A big hug.
Hello friends, I'm trumpet soloist Mary Elizabeth Bowden, and today I'm here to share the new Hawkins straight mute with all of you. There are a few things that I really love about this mute. Not only does it look really cool, it also is very durable and does not get damaged when you travel with it, which I love. More importantly, it has a gorgeous sound. It's very flexible in all of the different dynamic ranges, so you can play very full and loud in the back of the orchestra, or you can play a very soft melody. Also, the intonation is impeccable. And looking at the mute again and talking about the construction of it, I wanted you to see how sturdy these corks are. They are not going anywhere. And so check out Hawkins mutes. There's a wide variety of cup mutes and piccolo trumpet mutes. And check this out. It's a beautiful mute, and I can't wait to start performing on it more.
Hi, I'm Mark Upton, and a few months ago I had Tony Hawkins send me some mutes that he'd just made. I don't know whether you've seen these online. I've seen some reviews. They seem to have really good reviews so far, and I wanted to add to that. I love the look of these mutes. I love the corks, the twisted corks, which when you're pulling the mute out, as you turn the mute, it kind of really helps keep the cork on. so you don't have problems with the corks, and I really love the sound. So I'll just demonstrate the cut mute. I've been using this in quite a few situations with wind band, big bands, and some sort of solo performances, and they really do sound great. That's the cut mute, and the straight mute has a really nice bright sound, and it really cuts through. It sounds really nice. So yeah, Tony's done an absolutely fabulous job with these mutes. I can highly recommend them. Get in touch with Tony and try some. Enjoy.
Hello there, my name is Anil Samari. I'm a British expat freelance trumpet player, now living in Vienna, Austria for some time. Tony, thank you very, very much for the mutes that you sent me. Brass players tuning in, those of you that are not aware of the name, Tony Hawkins. Tony is a French horn player from the UK who's recently ventured out into the manufacture of mutes for brass instruments, various mutes for various brass instruments, with a catalogue that's being seemingly constantly updated. So please check out hawkinsmutes.com or his Facebook page, Hawkins Mutes. Here's a close-up of a straight mute that Tony sent me. Beautiful design, extremely intricate work there. High impact plastic, extremely durable for a plastic mute. Most of them tend to crack very, very quickly. This one won't ever. It's extremely durable. And I'm assuming the toughness of the material is also not just for durability, but also advantageous for the sound of the mute. What I like most about this mute, there are several things actually, but the first off, particularly for my line of work in musical theatre mostly, is that no tuning adjustments are necessary. Poor mutes generally tend to sharpen the notes on the sharper side of the instrument and flatten, in the worst case scenario, also flatten the notes that are slightly flat, which can of course cause problems. No such problem with this mute, but I'll give you a short demonstration with an open trumpet first. So just for the tuning. As you can hear already, a nice, brilliant sound, but without being too harsh, too metallic. The quiet end of the range is still vibrant. I know trumpet players tend to choose different mutes for different purposes, but for instance, for quiet, pearly moments, we like to use a stealth mute of sorts, so with less of these higher frequencies. But sometimes it's actually nice to have a mute that can still be heard in pianissimo. You can hear yourself amongst the other musicians, which is quite helpful, so you can actually key into the notes itself. So, to cut a long story short, I think this is one of the best all-round mutes on the market. As I say, trumpet players generally tend to carry several different straight mutes, but tend to settle on one all-round mute, and that's it for me. This one is definitely it. The piccolo straight mute, which I'd like to show you just briefly, looks like this. Same basic design, just a bit smaller. It will fit into a G piccolo. The other mute will actually go into an E-flat trumpet even, and still produce the same results without the tuning problems. But this is the piccolo straight mute. Not often called for in the orchestra, but there are, of course, a few famous passages. And brass ensembles, of course, it's a must-have. So again, metal mutes can tend to be overbright, particularly on the piccolo trumpet. So this trumpet has no duck in it at all at the fortissimo end. Still vibrant at pianissimo. Can cover the entirety of the range also with these. So here's a few notes on the piccolo trumpet mute. So great sound, as I say, on both mutes. Highly recommended. Once again, thank you very much, Tony. Thank you for anybody listening in today. Tony Hawkins, hawkinsmutes.com. Highly recommended. All the best. Greetings from Vienna. Bye for now.
Hello, my friends. It's Andrea Fanelli from Italy here, and I'm here to speak about a new brand of trumpet mutes that I find really interesting. Hawkins mutes. Hawkins mutes. They look really modern, really beautiful, like diamonds, like dark jewels or dark diamonds. They look like they come from the space or from another planet. So not only the design is beautiful, but also the sound. And I can play something for you so you can hear. You can hear the sound is incredible. I can hear a touch of that beautiful old sound of the mutes coming from the 40s, the 50s, and a touch of new sound, crispy harmonics into the sound, where you can recognize that this is a modern project about how to create a sound with a trumpet mute. I totally love it. I totally love it. I love when we can make a mixture among old and new, because the new cannot exist without the old. We all musicians come from a sound conception that, from the classical music to the jazz music comes from, years and years ago. So we have this sound in our mind, in our ears, in our hearts, but we need also something new, because the future has new sounds, not only about classical and jazz music and pop music or contemporary music. Everything now is into an evolution, and I think these mutes are really into the process of this evolution of the sound. I totally love the concept. A touch of old sound, warm, and a touch of new sound. Also the cup mute is beautiful. It's really beautiful, really interesting. I love it. Same concept. A touch of old dear sound coming from the past, and a touch of kind of new crispy sound coming from the future, probably from the present, from the future. So what I can say, I love this mute. I think that Mr. Tony Hawkins made really an incredible job, and I invite you to try it. Every one of us have a different taste about sounds, about trumpet sounds, and also accessories. No, so everyone has his taste, his own personal taste. But these are really, really, really interesting and really beautiful. Beautiful design, beautiful sound. So, what I can say, try it. It's worth to try it. Hawkins Mutes, Dark Jewels. It's perfect. Hawkins Mutes, Dark Jewels. I love it. Bye bye. Bye bye, my friends.